At their May 26th meeting, the Board of Selectmen voted unanimously to approve the final draft of the regulations allowing additional outdoor seating at local businesses.
So we have that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Maloney?
Aye.
Mr. Hajar?
Aye.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Plasko?
Aye.
And the chair votes in the affirmative, so that's 5-0 in the affirmative.
The board came to a unanimous vote after reservations Selectman Plasko had stated in their May 19th meeting.
I think the emphasis was not so much on the regulations. The intent of the regulations was fine, but a concern over the particular examples that had been given and the practicality in some cases of doing the work. And speaking for myself, I was concerned that there seemed to be a little too much enthusiasm for the restaurants without enough consideration for the other businesses downtown.
The Board of Selectmen will meet again on June 2nd. Tuesday afternoon, the Finance Commission met shortly to discuss final budgetary items ahead of the anticipated June town meeting. The Commission worked hard in the days leading up to Tuesday, making adjustments to the revenue budget as it pertains to COVID-19. Tony Mazzucco presented the document to the board and to the public, highlighting key adjustments proposed, including a pause on pension funding and stabilization and override stabilization contributions. The board voted unanimously to go forward with the proposed FY21 budget into town meeting. Some other business was taken care of, including reserve fund transfers for both a fire engine repair and a police radio communications systems upgrade. The Finance Commission will meet again in the coming weeks. Wednesday afternoon, the town, in partnership with Friends of Norwood Center, hosted a back-to-business informational meeting for all the restaurant owners in town. Assistant Town Planner Patrick Deshane started the meeting with a brief presentation that outlined the guidelines for the restaurant reopening during Phase 2. Owners were informed that the town is allowing for temporary outdoor seating to help restaurants operate during the pandemic. Following the presentation, Health Director Sigal Reese and Town Planner Paul Halkiotis answered questions by the restaurant owners. There will be another informational meeting once the state provides more guidelines. Wednesday night, the school committee meeting met and began their meeting with 4 principals making appearances and presenting to the committee. The principals that were in attendance were Dr. Frasick of the middle school, Mr. Riley from the Prescott, Mrs. Ferreira from the Balch, and Mrs. Coppola from the Cleveland. Each gave a brief presentation to the board about their school improvement plans for the coming years. Following the principal appearances, Ms. Sheridan provided 5 budget updates, including the discussion of reimbursements of bus fees, which was tabled to next week's meeting. To end the meeting, committee member Bodenhofer provided an update on the budget subcommittee's FY21 budget discussions.
So what we said, we really want to plan for possibly $2.7 million less in revenue than we originally anticipated. And so if we did that, Mr. Mazzucco made some recommendations for how to adjust the budget in response. So one thing is, this was already planned even before the last FinCom meeting, is that some of the capital outlay items that had originally been planned are going to be delayed. We had originally, the Capital Outlay Committee had voted to spend about $2.6 million in free cash on capital. Those things will be postponed to preserve our free cash to give the town more flexibility.
The next school committee meeting will be Wednesday night. The Airport Commission met on Thursday to receive a project update from Du Bois & King. The Commission also discussed the Phase 2 fit-out of the new administrative building. The Airport Commission will meet again next month. Thursday afternoon, the League of Women Voters hosted their annual Candidates Night. This event is for the candidates who are running for elected positions in town, such as selectmen, to answer questions provided to them by members of the League of Women Voters and sent in from residents of town. The only contested race this year was for selectmen, and this year's candidates are Amanda Groh, Debbie Homewood, Helen Abdallah Donahue, and Matt Lane. NCM will be rebroadcasting in Candidates Night leading up to the June 8th election. The Middle School Building Committee met late Friday afternoon to review the proposals submitted for the owner's project manager. The owner project manager guides the school building process from design through construction completion. The committee reviewed the qualifications for each firm and selected firms to be interviewed in the upcoming week. Stay tuned to MCM for the interviews. To watch complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org.